What's up, everybody? Dominic Delaney here, and we are going to be doing another gear review today. What we're mainly going to be focusing on is the brand new TC Electronics Combo Deluxe 65 preamp pedal. What really sold me on this was that it has Celestion cab sim, which, I've seen some other people get some preamp pedals and then have to get a separate cab sim pedal. I like that you don't have to do that. And if you're gonna do this cab sim route, you might as well have your cab sim made by Celestion. I did have this on my board for a little bit. This is a cheap Joyo British sound. It was about $30, and that's like their version of a Marshall emulator. Joyo does make a Fender-y combo copy. That one's called the American Sound. I didn't get that one. But I've seen a lot of people get these preamp pedals with the intention of running into their interface for recording, and that's great. They work really well for that, especially when you have a good cab sim, you can get a good sound in your recording. But what I'm actually going to be using these for is I'm trying to go ampless in my gigging situation. The idea being that I would just have to carry my guitar and my pedal board, and that's all I ever need. You can run these into an amp. You can run it through the effects loop and bypass the amp's actual preamp and use this instead. Let's see. Got here. Manual. No. It comes with, I saw this in the reviews that I've seen so far, is it does come with a USB cable that plugs into the back of it, but as far as I know right now, you can't, there's no software for loading different IRs or different cab sim stuff. There's no program to do that yet. But like I said, these came out, I believe, like maybe a month ago. Right away, it feels very nice. It's definitely a higher quality of the Joyo. These little things were $30. This is about 150 bucks. But it feels nice. The buttons are nice. Back here, you can see we have, does this say DI? No. In, out, DI with the cab sim. And then I believe we have a brightness switch and a reverb tone. Interesting. And then of course it's 9-volt power. So you get 2 channels with it. Of course you do have the reverb as well, that you can dial in up here. The actual Fender amp that this is modeled after doesn't have a gain knob. It also doesn't have a middle knob, but they added that on this pedal, and I really like that because if you think about the Fender amps, they get dirtier the more you turn them up. There is no gain knob. It's just a volume-based breakup, essentially. So with this, you can set your gain. You can think of this almost as what the volume would be on the amp, and this is where you can send out more output. I think I'll give you a couple tones from the Joyo just to see what a $30 preamp sounds like, and then we can get this hooked up. So this is the Joyo British Sound hooked up. These are just kind of the settings I've been using for this Les Paul copy that I have. Doesn't naturally have a lot of high on it, so you can see that I have the high knob up as well as the mid. The low's kind of at 12 o'clock, as well as the level and drive, and the voice is up somewhere around 3 o'clock. But it's where. It is definitely a Marshall sound. I don't really know if that's what I was going for in my own music, but there definitely is some stuff that I've played that the Marshall sounds great for, like that type of stuff sounds great. It does take pedals okay. I mean, this was a $30 preamp, and then you can see that I run it out from the output into a DI box, and then I can run an XLR right off my board. It does have a little bit of buzz. That's kind of what you can expect. You can dial the drive back and the level up and get more of a just kind of your traditional clean sound. So that's a look at the Joyo British Sound. Like I said, that's a $30 pedal you can get on Amazon, and it was my entry point into the preamp pedal world. Now, okay, well, I have the Combo Deluxe 65 on the board. If you look at my board, it's a little messy right now. I had to wire it this way for the Joyo, so that's kind of why right now it's sitting backwards. I will clean that up at some point, but for the sake of this video, it's not really necessary. It looks like it's on to me. That red light looks like a good indication. So for the audio purposes, I am running into an interface right now, and I'm going to do that to show how it sounds through the interface. And then I do have a PA speaker, and the reason that I'm not using an amp and I'm using a PA speaker is because that is what it's going to be for me. I'm going to be using this in a way to run directly to a house PA system so that I don't have to carry any sort of amp at all. So that's going to be the big test for me, is to see how this sounds through a PA speaker. But for now, we will get to some interface stuff. I think that sounds pretty good for literally not touching anything. Let's just dive into the reverb. Just crank it to 10, see how it sounds. So off the bat here, I know I'm looking at the pedal upside down, even if the video that shows the pedal isn't. I kind of expected a little more in the, oh. There we go. Okay, so that is good to know. The reverb pedal has to be on. All right, now let's play with some of this reverb. I have it clicked on now, which is why I couldn't get it to work initially. Highs are a little high. I think it sounds great. Huge jump from the $30 Joyo to this. This sounds like I'm playing an amp. Okay, so I've done a little bit of pedal board management here. You can see that I have the Combo Deluxe 65 now on the corner. The plumes next to it. I got a chorus pedal, a flanger, and of course a tuner pedal. I have dialed in these channels a little bit, and I'm currently running, you can see, into a DI box, and that XLR goes into a 2-channel cheap Harbinger mixer. So this is the red channel. This is my clean. And if we go to the bridge pickup. Sounds really nice coming out of the speaker, and I've never really been a big reverb guy, but obviously with this preamp pedal, that's the main function. So I've been experimenting a little bit. I think I've got it dialed into a realistic setting for myself. I think that's probably where I'll keep it. I think I have it right in between 5 and 6. You can dial it up. You dial it up to 10, and that's a little too reverby for me. You can make it drip. If that's your thing. It's not really mine. So I'll dial it back. And stop that off. My other channel is the green channel. Now, the one big downside that I've seen so far with this pedal is there is a hiccup, if you want to call it that, when you're changing channels. So if I'm playing a G chord, so you can kind of hear that obvious silence when you're switching over. So I don't know if it'll be really effective to get rid of my overdrive pedal completely. So I will still have to mainly use my plumes pedal for when I'm flipping on any overdrive. But I do like this overdriven channel that I've kind of made. One thing you'll have to remember is that the knobs on this channel that I'm about to switch to, the green, are not what these knobs say. So that is that function. It can be turned off if you hold both buttons, and I think it's like 3 seconds or something, they blink. That setting will be off, and every time you change channels, it will just be where the knobs are, or at least where they were for the two. So we're going to switch over to the green. This is kind of my high gain channel right now. with the gain on 10 now. So it's got a nice sound. I get a little more overdriven at my shows, so I kind of still need the plumes to break that up. But I might even start looking at possibly dialing the plumes pedal back and having that just boost the gain from the Combo Deluxe 65 here. But for right now, I'll probably leave this channel back on 8. Oh no, I'm on the wrong thing. Hang on. This one is the one I want on 8. This one I want somewhere around 4. Yeah. So that's where it can get a little confusing when you're on the other channel and the knobs aren't where you left them. I think what I'm going to do for my gigging is I'll probably have it written down somewhere on my board, maybe here over my power supply, where I'll have what I like the settings at, because knobs move, you know, you want to be able to keep that consistent sound. But overall, so far, it's a great pedal. It's definitely a step up from the Joyo pedal, and yeah, I've got to say I'm extremely satisfied with it. It does exactly what I needed to do, and I think it's going to be very hard to convince me to go back to carrying around an amp. So. Let's see how it handles the plumes. So that reverb that you're hearing is not from me pushing that on. That is the cab sim. That is how it would sound as if this was coming out of an amp. So that's kind of cool. Sounds really good to me. I think I'll probably have to dial in. My pedals that go into it and how they sound. But as for being an amp in a box, this is absolutely amazing. I do believe they're releasing more models of this, and this is also my first TC electronic product. They didn't ask me to do this. I just got lazy carrying amps, so you know, they released this at a perfect time, and I think I'll be very satisfied with it. So that's a review, and we'll be back next time. Thank you guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and check out my music. It's on Spotify.